convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive. We welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And this was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Detroit Lions. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. This defense for the Steelers, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always said, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
DeAndre Swift, the intended receiver that time. But now it'll be third down. Goff. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Cameron Sutton. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
8 yards to go on second down. Here's Haskins to throw. Going for the deep ball. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Now this throw caught left side. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. Goff, a handoff here to Swift. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. This defense for the Steelers, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was popped free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. Goff on target to Hockenson for a Lion first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On first down, it's Goff. Man open left side, it's Williams. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, as the defense rallies quickly after the nice move. Not much there, only a yard. Looking to throw again on second down. Goff. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Here's Swift. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
One more time with Swift. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Going with a fullback, Miller. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Bruce Miller, his first touchdown on the year. And the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. A 6-2 is their record through the first 8 weeks. Now, Charles, what is your assessment for them in the second half of the season?
Well, I think that the road gets a little bit tougher for them. And when I look at their schedule, I see some of these road games, and I know those are going to be difficult. But this is a good team, so I'm going to go with 11-5. That seems about right, and I think that'd be a nice accomplishment, too.
So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now it's Haskins. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Boswell good with the extra point. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Offense ready to kick off their next drive. 1-7 their record here at the midway point of the season, and right now this organization, more than likely if you look at it, CD, probably in for a rough second half of the season.
Well, we've seen teams turn things around in other places. I mean, we've seen 1-7 first halves turn into 5-3 second halves, but with this squad, I think these guys aren't playing to get into the playoffs. They're playing for their jobs. So's the coaching staff. They're coaching for theirs. Front office trying to keep theirs. The heat is on from all directions. And what's interesting is a lot of these guys are playing for jobs and trying to keep their positions. It might be just in the league in some other spot.
18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. He'll rifle this one deep right side.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
And some room to run now. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
106 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues.
He had his eyes on the end zone once he hit the secondary, but they're finally able to slow him down.
Yeah, and I've got to look at this one from the defensive point of view. You just mentioned finally able to slow him down. They've got to figure out a way to make that at the point of attack, at the line of scrimmage, because once he gets through, he's shredding them.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty. But it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
A terrible spot for a holding call as he'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. From the gun, it's Haskins. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29.
Levi Onwuzurike
in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. Now long. Another try after the first down sack. Haskins. And this one is incomplete.
I'm looking at this one with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. He gets it complete to Harris. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down.
Chris Boswell on for the field goal of 32 yards.
Boswell's kick is good. And they take the lead here now. Turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I was
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On first down, Goff. He'll rifle this one deep right side.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. 2nd and 10.
Goff now looking to throw. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. From the 50, it's Goff. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
The NFC's Pro Bowl punter a year ago, Jack Fox, on to punt for the Lions.
As he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This is taken at the 15. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And they may just be content to take this 3-point lead and head into the locker room.
And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now it's Haskins. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Najee Harris, the one he was looking for.
And it'll bring up 3rd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
This time they stay on the ground. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
On 4th down, the rookie Presley Harvin on to punt for the Steelers.
Standing right on his own 5-yard line. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these 2 teams as we come back for this second half. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the 3rd quarter. And this will not... Returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Haskins looking to throw on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available. An incompletion as a result.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Here's Haskins out of the gun. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. That finds Smith-Schuster. Nice grab. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. A handoff, Swift running to the left. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. Throw left side, taken in by Miller. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? On first down, Swift. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 43 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Goff on third down. This is caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A very important third down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions have got it back to a 1-score game. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Haskins will throw. Looking deep downfield.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you got a battle on your hands.
And some room to work. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the 1st. The offense has to love that, because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Trey Flowers there on the tackle. So both teams trade touchdowns in the 3rd as we're through 3 quarters of play. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Looking to throw, Haskins. And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started.
A lot of teams love to throw screen passes. They want to tire out defenses because they make them run a lot. But there are a lot of moving parts on a play for an offense when they call that one, because you got the linemen that have to move. You have the wide receivers have to get out and vacate. You got the running back that's got to make a little fake and then get out into the route. And, of course, the quarterback, he's got to hold in there and know he's probably going to take a big hit before he lofts the screen off to the back. Why didn't he catch it? That's all he needed to do for them to be successful.
Here's Haskins. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down. Goff now to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick.
Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
They'll start the drive with Harris. And he powers his way up past the 30. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance, and then they end up winning this game.
And he will finally be wrestled down at the Lions' 28.
161 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. 2nd, 3rd guy in, break it the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over. Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to make it 4th down. They're going for it. This is Harris. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed he did not. They stop him. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
A big opportunity to tie it with 3 or take the lead with a touchdown. Their defense definitely did their part with that pivotal 4th down stop.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. Some good gains going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now a first down throw. Goff. He's going to rifle one deep left side.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Here's 2nd and 10.
Now Goff. He's going to take another shot here. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Harris starts the drive on the ground. And he'll be upended at the 18. That's a very helpful pickup of 9 after the play began at the 9. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. Got some room at the 30. Room here to run. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Or 208 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll try the right side with Harris. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Throwing now is Haskins. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And that will bounce out of bounds before they can get a return going.
Brandon, never quite sure what the side judge or the field judge is going to rule there. That was awfully close, but in the end, he says it passed over the 1-yard line, and that's where they're going to mark it out. I mean, you can see it right there, right? See him walking up the sideline? Told him to stop right there at the 1.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Goff now to throw. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. And that disastrous play partner is ultimately going to seal their fate in this one, isn't it?
It certainly is, because they gave up the 2 points, but that's not really what did it. It's having to give up the football. And because they gave up the football, guess what? The other team now can take the ball and close this game out.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation. Haskins down to a knee, and his guys about to come away victorious.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, That tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Steelers, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for the Lions, the difficult season continues as they drop to 1-8. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns.